Welcome everyone to my Pokemon Scarlet playthrough. We're just gonna get right into it today. I have beaten this game before, but I have not played through the DLC yet. And even when I beat it before, I was kind of like I can't even describe I can't describe it, but I was for some reason it was like a really weird day. It was like it was December years ago. It was the December after the game came out. But I think this game come out in like 2022? Yeah, I believe so. Because it took a long time just for the DLC to come out. But I was like very sleep deprived one day, and I was in the middle of a Pokemon Scarlet session, and I just had gotten back from like a family get together that we do every single year. It's like a family Christmas. Like we never get together on Christmas and exchange gifts or eat food together because we're all kind of spread out in a way. Like my entire family, so just one day, like a week or so before Christmas, we all get together and do that. Well, at that event, I had not slept the night before, so I was like very sleep deprived. So what I did when I got back home, instead of doing what anyone would do and take a nap, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna run through. Gonna run through. I don't think it was Scarlet. I think it was Violet. Because I had both because I wanted to um do like a Pokemon Home situation in which I just trade between myself to complete the Pokédex. But what I didn't expect is that it would take them such a long time to finally, update Pokemon Home so you could have, Paldea Pokemon in it. So it was just kind of worthless. I kind of regretted my decision after a while when I noticed that it was going to take them so fucking long just to do it. And I have not done it yet. Hopefully one day I will. But as of right now I haven't. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just do it all in one go. We're just gonna get to it. Like just beat the entire game. And the thing is that I wasn't even like really close to the end. It wasn't like, oh, I'm right at the Elite Four. Like I was just a few gym leaders in. Like I was probably just like 3 gym leaders in. And I was just like, I'm just gonna run through this entire game. And like in the span of a few hours I did. And I just by charging into it, I wasn't really grinding or anything. I was just going full Leroy Jenkins into it. And that's how I beat the game. And I think I beat it with a Meowscarada, Talonflame, an Ampharos, a Gengar, a Lucario, and a Golduck. I keep forgetting about that Golduck because it really didn't do anything. But that was my team. Yeah, and I named them all after Batman characters from DC. I named the Meowscarada after Alfred, the butler, because Damian Wayne, the son of Bruce Wayne, has a cat named Alfred. I named the Talonflame Timothy after Tim Drake because I believe in the Pokédex the Fletchling is known as the Tiny Robin Pokemon, and Talonflame is red, so I was like, oh, it's a red Robin, so Tim Drake. Golduck I named after Stephanie Brown because Psyduck's yellow and Stephanie Brown is a blonde, so I was just like, I'm just gonna name it Stephanie. And it was a female, so it made sense to me for some reason. See, I'm a lot. I need to stop doing that. It's a bad habit. I'm trying to get myself out of it, but it's really hard. I literally almost just did it again. God damn it. Shit. The Ampharos was named Barbara. God. because I don't know why. Because like the whole thing with Barbara is that she goes by Oracle and she's like a information gatherer for like the Bat family and the entire DC universe as a whole, and she operates out of this clock tower. And for some reason, I was just like, well, you know, she's in the clock tower, and Ampharos in the Johto games is in a lighthouse. They're both large structures, so I'll just name her Barbara. And Lucario, I named Bruce after Bruce Wayne. I think that one's still pretty self-explanatory. And then I named the Gengar, which was my first time actually using a Gengar, and I loved it. I would love to use one again. I'm not using any of these Pokemon in this playthrough. I'm trying to not like just repeat my previous playthroughs. But I used a Gengar. And because Gengar is a ghost type, and there is a lot of dead characters within the Batman, mythos, I had a lot to choose from, and I named the Gengar after Jason. Jason Todd, the Robin who died and then came back to life. Which I told to this person that I was talking to at the time, who was also a really big Batman fan. And I told them, and they... I got a really good laugh out of their reaction, because they love Jason Todd, and they just looked at me like, how dare you? It was fun. I would probably never do it again, because God, I do not want to have that feeling of just, that sleep. I do not want to be in that sleep deprived state again. But I did make the stupid mistake of releasing all of them. Not releasing in terms of like, going into the box and releasing them. I traded them. So they might still be out there somewhere. But for some reason, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let them all go. For some reason, I thought that was a good idea. So I had like a bye-bye Butterfree moment with all my Pokemon. Oh, already in your uniform and everything. I haven't even been talking about this game, honestly. One of my like least favorite things about this game is just like this opening tutorial part until you get to the part where you finally can just go out there and do anything. But I will try to focus on what's being said, just so it's just not like background noise. A little bit, kind of, in a way. I don't know. Let's see who's at the door. Jesus, just teleport right in. Do forgive the intrusion. Do forgive my teleportation. You are Master Fruitius. On behalf of the Academy, I must apologize for the late arrival of your enrollment documents, and also for my delay in introducing myself. Yeah, I feel like that's the first thing you should have done. I'm the director of the Nernaha... Okay, tell me in the comments if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Narenha. It's not like Narenja. It's Narenha, right? I never know how to fucking pronounce this. It's honestly one of the only reasons I probably played Violet, is because I didn't want to have to pronounce. It's probably the reason I should have picked Violet, just so I didn't have to pronounce the Academy name all the time. Because I am really bad at I'm just really bad with words in general, as you'll probably will figure out through this playthrough. You may call me Mr. Cavill. The director, you came... see? And you came in person to help my son with his first day? Well, I am responsible for the entire academy, including any failures of its part. So here at last are the enrollment documents that should have already been delivered to you. Goodness, you really needn't have. Since you come all this way, can I at least offer you a cup of tea? No need to trouble yourself. Rudy, I got a thing or two to discuss with the director here. Why don't you head back to your room and finish getting ready for school? And, you'll need your bag, and your hat as well. Now, Mr. Cavill, you simply must join me for a cuppa. A cup of what? This way. Well, how can I refuse such a kind offer? They're doing it. Why does every professor want to fuck a Pokemon? Like first it's Oak and Red's mom. That's why there's all these single mothers in Pokemon. The game directors around these just have this weird thing of just, no. They're just like, no, we had to keep them single moms. Unless it's the Hoenn games. That way they can bang the professors. Oh, well, technically he's not a professor, but still. He basically is in this game, honestly. It's not like we really hang around the other professor, like the actual professor, all that much anyways. Oh, just look at you, all ready for your big first day. Yes, the uniform of our storied academy suits you quite well indeed. Oh gracious, how very careless of me. I had entirely forgotten that I have something else for you, Master Fruity. You're a forgetful type, aren't you? I can't blame you, I'm very similar in that way. A most important thing. But your living room is hardly the place for it. Would you care to follow me outside? I need to show you my Pokeballs. I wonder what this important thing might be. Let's follow the director out and see, shall we? I feel like they could have just like taken, I don't know, it's very nitpicky, but I don't know why they give us that like spare moment of like just allowing us to roam around, even though there's nothing to fucking do in the house, let's be honest. Like what am I gonna do, play like a mini game on the TV? That would be cool. But it's not like I can. But I can't do that. Right then, dear Pokemon, time to come out of your Pokeballs. Now here's the thing, when the game was first announced and they announced the starters, even though I did like Spriggerito, it was this guy. This was my favorite. And even when like the final like evolutions got revealed, like when the game came out, I was just like, I was really disappointed in them, but I will admit, I feel like I really have grown to love all three of them. Like I really like Skeledirge, and I really didn't like Meowscarlet or Quaquaval, but they have all grown on me, and I do really like them. Like I honestly think like the starter trio for this game is really good, and that's mostly because I used all three of them. Like I said before, I've used Meowscarlet, I have used Quaquaval, and I have used Skeledirge too, but I never beaten like these games with one of them. Like Meowscarlet is literally the only starter that I've used to fully beat the game. So I will spoil it right now, I'm not using Spriggerito, but will I use Quaquaval? Or, you know, Baxley in this respect? Or will I use Falcoco, my boy? I mean, that's kind of a spoiler right there, but you know, no, I've also really grown to love Quaxley too. Like, I love its sass. It's a sassy boy, and I love him. But yeah, I'm really enjoying like the starter trio. But speaking of, oh yeah, I forgot you can whistle in these games. But also I want to change my camera a bit in the settings, because I always go for like the wide shot. Let's see, support, develop, oh distance, here we go. I always like, yeah, I don't even remember where I was saying. Oh, speaking of starter trios, I am curious, what do you guys think the starter trio is going to be in Pokemon AZ? Pokemon Legends AZ, sorry. Because I was trying to like, me and my friend were talking about it the other day. I honestly have no idea. But I do feel like what they're going to do, kind of like how they did it with Pokemon Legends Arceus, where they just gave the final evolutions regional types. I don't think they're gonna do that. I feel like, oh, hello there. I feel like whoever they're gonna like pick for the starter trio for Pokemon Legends AZ is gonna be giving you Mega Evolutions instead of like new regional forms. It's a little hard for me to look at the chats because I have it on my phone like right under me. Not quite. Master Fruity has yet to make his decision, as you see. I do wonder which of them he will choose as his first Pokemon. I just love that little croco boy. No worries. Thank you for the follow, by the way. But yeah, I am curious to see where they go with the starter picks. Personally, to me, it doesn't matter as long as the fire starter is Chimchar, because he is my favorite fire starter. Yes, this is our Academy's newest student, Master Fruity. He'll be attending as of today. So you're the kid who moved up in... Yeah, I feel like you would probably know who I am by now. Like, what, you're not being a good neighbor, not coming to say hi? Rude. I'm Nimona. Normally I live in the school dorms, but home is here. What'd you say, new neighbor? Wanna be friends? No. Huh? What's wrong? Did I scare you off? Maybe I came on a little strong. Miss Nimona is president of our Miss Nimona is president of our student council and a champion ranked trainer in her own right. I absolutely love Pokemon battling, and no shit. She'd be a terrible State Farm employee? Very much so. She would be like it would be like one of those commercials, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. She would pop up and she would never leave. We're gonna be neighbors and classmates? Nice, we'll be able to battle all we want. On that note, Master Fruity, have you decided which of these Pokemon you would like to be your first partner? Oh, I already picked. I gotta go with him. I like Quaxley, I like Spriggerito, but I have not beaten this game yet with Valcoco, despite it being my favorite out of the three. Absolutely. You chose Valcoco. Would you like to give Valcoco a nickname? Yes, and I will name it what I always name it, Lego. Fuego the Valcoco. He's one spicy boy. One spicy meatball. Despite the fact that he's supposed to look like a pepper. And that is one thing I was a little confused by when Valcoco got revealed. I honestly thought it was supposed to be an apple. Until I was just like, oh no, it's definitely called mine Fire Lizard. That is a good name. I honestly thought it was supposed to be an apple just from like the little stem on the top of its head until people pointed out that it was supposed to look like a pepper. I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Can I choose one of these Pokemon too, Mr. Cabal? Oh, but did you not receive a Pokemon? But you already got yours. You do not need another. It does call into question though what Nimona's team was before this. Like, I am interested in that. Like, what was her team before she started her new adventure? Alright then, now that we chosen our Pokemon, we have to battle. I mean, we don't have to. But I guess I don't have a choice. As you may have noticed, Miss Nimona is a tad overly fond of Pokemon battling. You could say she's quite addicted to it. It's like her crack. But I do hope she'll join you for a battle. But I do hope you'll join her for a battle. It will help you get to know your Pokemon as well. Okay, fine. I'll give in to her addiction. I'll enable her. Rayquaza, Corydon, and Mewtwo was her old team, but she threw it away for a Leaf Cat. She was like, yeah, I had a hack team where I just hacked in a bunch of legendary Pokemon, but I'll settle for this Wheat Cat. And honestly, I can't blame her. No, I'm one of those Pokemon, like, I like just training like stupid derpy Pokemon up instead of just using like the badass ones anyways. Like literally one of my favorite Pokemon is just Wooper. I just like Wooper and Clodsire and Quagsire too. Yada yada yada, just battle me. Perfecto, I'm so excited for this battle. I think I use Bidoof. An all Bidoof team, absolutely. I trust you remember that Master Fruity is wholly inexperienced in Pokemon battle. Whoops, good call, Director. Yeah, she was just about to send out her level 100 Mewtwo. I guess I'll take this chance to try out my new buddy instead. Alright. Come on, Fruity, let's give us a fruitful battle. Alright. This is a trend that I don't really like with the latest Pokemon games. Is this your rival always choosing the Pokemon weakest to you? But with this game, I don't mind it as much, just from the fact that the secondary typings are meant to like help balance that. Even though ghost fighting, I mean, there's like, you know, there is like I think ghost is immune to fighting, I believe, right? So there is some balance there, but it's not exactly the same. I do think that helps balance it, but even then, it kind of doesn't matter when it comes to terrestrialization. Wow, not bad, neighbor. Yeah, you probably should have used your level 100 Mewtwo. Look at you, winning your first battle. You have more potential than I thought. You're gonna be a strong trainer for sure. And now I want to try a different strategy. Let's go again, just one more battle. Again, see, she's hooked on it. She can't get enough of it. Master Fruity and his Falcoco are surely weary already from that last battle. Ah, sorry. I got kinda caught up in all the excitement. Yeah, she's down bad. I'm really sorry, Fruity. Same to your Falcoco too. Don't worry about it. Ah, alright, thanks, Fruity. You two seem to be becoming fast friends. I wouldn't go that far. Can I count on you to take our new schoolmate here under your wing, Miss Nimona? I'm sure he can learn a great deal from a champion-ranked trainer such as yourself. You bet, sir. But that reminds me, ever since you're new to training Pokemon, there's an app you definitely need. I love how like the Pokédex has literally just like, it started as like this thing that only a few trainers got, and now it's just an app on your phone. The evolution of technology, folks. It's a super handy app. Our home teacher, Mr. Jog, actually made it himself. He made the Pokédex? Or he just made the app? Back in my day, we used ordinary paper and handwritten notes to compile Pokédexes. It's quite the age we live in. Oof, filling out a Pokédex by hand? I can't even imagine how much work that would take. Oh no, I suppose you can't. Yet no matter how much the times have changed, the wonder of meeting new Pokemon never does. This is truly timeless pleasure. I cannot speak today. The more Pokemon that you encounter, the more you'll find yourself growing and changing. I hope you will both work hard toward the goal of completing your own Pokédexes. Now, Miss Nimona, I do still have a few matters to discuss with your parents. Could I depend on you to see Master Fruity to the Academy? You would be doing me quite the favor. Of course, leave it to me. Then I leave him in your capable hands. Capable? Yeah, that's one thing that Nimona very much seems like. She very seems like a capable person. Maybe I ought to make a little more time to work on my Pokédex along with my battling. Oh right, speaking of Pokédexes, Rudy, you probably never caught a wild Pokemon, right? I'll show you the ropes before I take you to the academy. Come with me. Alright. She's the type to push you off a cliff onto a beach. Now why would you say that? It's not like that's definitely gonna happen at some point. I do kind of like that, the headcanon that like when you fall onto the beach, it's really just Nimona pushing you. She's just like, she just tries everything to make you, like put you in dangerous situations. She's like, yes, let's go catch a wild Pokemon. And you will just battle it by yourself. Come on, you can do it. She's just trying to find any and other reason to like just absolutely murder you. That's why she wants to battle you all the time. She's just hoping that one of her Pokemon's attacks will just hit you by accident. By accident. Now you'll be staying in the school dorm, so I want you to promise me you'll eat proper meals. Here's a bit of spending money to start off. I also packed a lunch on your first day. You see that down there? Go catch it, yeah. You see that giant lizard? That like giant orange lizard that looks like it'd eat you? Go try to catch it. And maybe you better take these too. I also don't understand this either. It's not like we live far away from the school. And as someone who didn't live far from home when I went to college, trust me, I rather would have just stayed at school and made the drive there instead of just staying, because that costs so much fucking money. Your mother's so nice, Fruity. So yeah, I don't know why it just doesn't seem plausible, but at the same time we're playing a game where we're capturing magical creatures in small little balls. Yeah, let's go catch a fat pig. You're also like 12 and it's your first time away from home. Yeah, let me trust you with these random strangers while you go out and battle dangerous creatures who could definitely kill you. But here's a sandwich. It's the path that leads to adventure for you and me. Out there, things are different than in town. You're gonna see wild Pokemon out and about. I mean, what's really stopping Pokemon from being in towns anyways? Like what, is there just like an invisible force field like in video games? Where it's just like, you can't enter here. You haven't reached the level to enter here yet. And if you want to try to catch a Pokemon, you gotta use good old Pokeball. I got tons, have a few. Oink oink. Ooh, what luck. Time for some learning by doing. Try battling this Lechonk. I remember when they revealed Lechonk, and I instantly fell in love. I was just very disappointed with its evolution. I really want, like when I first played this, I really wanted to use one. Just from the fact that it just has such a funny name. And I named it Chonkers, but then I evolved it, and I was incredibly disappointed. I really wish they would have went with someone else instead of Oink Long. Like, I would just preferred, like, honestly, if they just went, like, the way that they usually go with some Pokemon, where they just turn them from, like, standing on all fours to just being like, bipedal, I would have been completely fine. I was just really disappointed. I wish they named him Sfig or something. Like Sfeel, but with a pig. I don't know. I think Lechonk is a great name. I think it's like the best name you could ever come up with a peer. Yeah, Spear Pig. Yeah. But the thing is that it's not as good as Sfeel. Like, they already hit gold with that. You can't just redo it. Like, I think Sfeel is one of those Pokemon names that are just perfect. Perfect.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.